Coming up on this very special Valentine's Day edition of EOP, hear about the gossip going on in the Beverly Hills, celebs making a stand, and all the drama from the big game. Let's get right to the point with this week's entertainment news.
We gon' roll up tonight. Spaceships fly. Pull it up, cuff it up.
Welcome back to Entertainment on Point and to our special Valentine's Day episode. I'm your host, Hannah Bazet.
And I'm your host, Cade Montgomery. Tonight we have reporters Riley Sanguini, Alyssa Mandarak, and Melissa Garlock in studio.
And make sure to stick around until the end of the episode for the Valentine's Day themed free segment hosted by me.
We have quite the show for you, but first let's kick things off with this week's lovely top stories.
This past Sunday's big game was full of excitement and upsets. On February 9th, the Kansas City Chiefs took on the Philadelphia Eagles for the NFL Championship, and it was a total smackdown. In New Orleans, at the Caesars Superdome, the Eagles destroyed the Chiefs with a score of 40-22. It was all Eagles, all game. The Eagles defense didn't allow the Chiefs to make it past the 40-yard line until the fourth quarter and sacked Patrick Mahomes 7 times throughout the game. In addition to an exciting game, Kendrick Lamar brought the heat with an electrifying halftime performance. The record-breaking show amassed 133 million viewers, the largest in the history of the big game halftime show. Lamar played all of his hits, including Not Like Us, Humble, and DNA. He also brought out singer SZA to perform their song All the Stars, as well as tennis player Serena Williams, who was featured doing the Crip Walk. Additionally, Academy Award-winning actor Samuel L. Jackson made an appearance as America's symbolic Uncle Sam. The set design included 4 different cubes that resembled those on a game controller, as well as a big open center that resembled a basketball court surrounded by streetlights. The performance has tons of political symbolism, including the dancers being dressed in red, white, and blue, and the performance beginning with Kendrick saying, "The revolution about to be televised, you picked the right time, but the wrong guy." Shortly after he said that, the dancers split down the middle, dividing the flag. Some believe that that was Lamar referencing all of the political turmoil within the country. Many believe that this performance was aimed at President Trump, who was in attendance for the big game. In between songs, Jackson would pop in saying things that some believe were meant to highlight how the American political system treats Black Americans. Screen Rant described Jackson's role as, quote, "a Black man who works against his own race in order to thrive in American society." Finally, of course, Kendrick had to call out Drake during his infamous performance. Some viewers thought that the Serena Williams feature may have also been an additional shot at Drake, as Serena and Drake briefly dated. The big game halftime show was one to remember. Kendrick Lamar left impossibly big shoes to fill for whoever comes next. So, I know you watched the performance.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I thought it was very interesting. I enjoyed it. I know it was a lot of people didn't enjoy it online, I saw, but I thought it was definitely really cool. I loved the SZA feature. All the Stars is one of my favorites, so I thought that was super exciting and super cool that she was there. I loved the Serena Williams moment. I thought that was awesome. And, you know, she was heavily criticized for doing the Crip Walk at I believe it was the Olympics a couple years back. Everyone really criticized her for doing that dance. So it was kind of like a little like, here I am doing this and everyone's loving it. So I thought that was awesome. Like, what were your thoughts on it?
I really liked it. I definitely saw the political symbolism from the
Yes.
beginning. I also saw what you saw with people not really enjoying it, but I feel like the people that didn't enjoy it are either the people that were like too ignorant to interpret it fully or just didn't understand what was going on.
Yes.
Because to me it was pretty clear what was going on, and I felt that that was a really powerful stage to make the message he made. And I think people tend to forget, like, Kendrick Lamar has been advocating and things like that for longer than he's been famous. But my next question for you is, who do you think should perform next year at the big game halftime show?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I feel like we hear almost every single year that Miley Cyrus is in talks to do it, but then she never does it. So I don't know. I think that could be really interesting if she did it. I think she should start with like a Hannah Montana homage. I think that would be really
Take
fun.
the blonde wig off.
But honestly, I guess every year, and for this next year, I have no clue who it could be because it's always not who I think it's going to be. I don't even remember who I thought it was going to be this past year, but it definitely was not Kendrick. But it made sense. He ended up having a huge year. It would be awesome if it was like one of the newer mainstream artists, like Sabrina or Chapel, something new, because I think usually it's an older, more well-known artist, but I think it could be fun if they switched it up and started doing newer, more new to mainstream artists, kind of like giving them a bigger platform instead of just doing older artists, even though they're probably just going to stick with what they know and do a more legacy artist.
I think it's going to be Justin Bieber.
Do you really?
Yeah, and I said that last year too, and
Yeah.
it wasn't Justin Bieber, but I can feel him coming. I'm telling you, within the next 5 years, he's going to be a performer.
I can see
I
it.
can just feel it in my gut.
Yeah, I can see that. Within the next few months, viewers will see the ending of one of the streaming platform Hulu's most popular shows, The Handmaid's Tale. On Wednesday, it was announced that the 6th and final season of the show will premiere on April 8th, and the show will officially conclude with its final episode scheduled for May 27th. Along with the release date, Hulu also dropped the first teaser for the season, which features the series lead, June, played by Elizabeth Moss, returning to lead a revolution. The trailer begins with a monologue by June where she says, quote, "They believe that these garments that they put on our bodies told the world who we are. To mark us, they put us in red, the color of blood. They also forgot that it's the color of rage. This dress has become our uniform and we became an army," end quote. People reports the official synopsis of the season reveals that season 6 will highlight June's conviction for freedom. Based off of the 1985 novel by Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale premiered its first 3 episodes on April 26, 2017, and since its premiere, the show has won 8 Primetime Emmy Awards out of 13 nominations, including Outstanding Best Drama Series, becoming the first ever Hulu-produced show to win that award. Hannah, have you ever watched The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu?
I have. When the pandemic was happening, that was one of my COVID shows.
Yes, I also watched the first few seasons during the pandemic. That was one of my shows. I haven't really kept up with it since, as more seasons have come out, but after seeing the trailer for this season and knowing that it's the last one, I feel like now I need to binge everything that I've missed and catch up in time for the last season.
Yeah, it's kind of uncanny to see, like, and it's obviously a sad thing, and obviously you hope, like, the stuff that happens in the show doesn't happen in real
yeah.
life, but to see the parallels between what happens in the show, especially with what's recently been happening, it's kind of unnerving and unsettling. I mean, I know I don't want to live a life like that,
yeah.
and, you know, so, but I guess we'll have to see. I feel like things always look worse than they are.
True.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I should say that. I'm like asking for something evil to happen. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to do anything crazy, but I'm just hoping that, I don't know, I'm sure the season will be great.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely very unsettling, but I'm hoping for a good ending to it and, you know, something hopeful for society at the end of it. Obviously, it's not, you know, true story, but it's something that very well could be, you know, you never know. And so I think it's definitely important for people to watch it or even to, you know, read the book that came out way back when.
In other big game news, as the Chiefs were getting dominated during the big game, tight end Travis Kelce's girlfriend, pop star Taylor Swift, was in attendance to watch the whole thing. USA Today reports that the Chiefs were 19-3 with Swift in attendance ahead of their big loss, and some Swifties were theorizing that Travis would propose following the big game, but all of that changed this past Sunday. Travis and Taylor have been official for a little over a year now, but since they've been together, the two have only been winning big as individuals. However, Swift just struck out at this year's Grammys, and Kelce just got annihilated at the big game. Now, Swifties and Chiefs fans alike are speculating what may be in the cards for this couple's future. Besides the epic loss, Taylor also took some heat while she was at the game. When she was featured on the scoreboard, boos erupted throughout the stadium. She seemed unbothered, though. Then, following the win, Eagles player C.J. Gardner-Johnson took to his Instagram story and posted a photo of him and Travis from the game with the caption, "Should've stayed with that thick S word." Fans believe that this was a shot at Taylor as Travis's ex-girlfriend, Kayla Nicole, was seen at the game and was rocking all Eagles gear. Swifties have since found that CJ's parents own a restaurant in Florida and began swarming it with negative reviews on Google. One person even threatened to blow it up, which is taking it way too far. Despite all of these theories, Kelce was seen with Swift and his family in the suites following the game. Additionally, a source close to the couple told Elle magazine, quote, "Taylor and Travis are still going very strong. She has been supportive of him since his loss. Their lives have been a whirlwind since they first started dating. Things seem great between them, and they're incredibly happy together," end quote. The insider also shared that the couple plans on taking some time off to focus on their relationship and just relaxing. "We will have to see if this high school relationship has what it takes to graduate to college during these trying times." So, I know you're a Swiftie, clearly. We got the lover cardigan on. What do you think about Taylor and Travis's relationship and the fact that they've been doing all these great things since they've been together and now their lives have kind of imploded in this year?
You know, I don't know if I would necessarily say their lives imploded. Yes, I think they've taken some hits, but at the same time, they both still had huge years. I mean, maybe Travis Kelce didn't win the Super Bowl, but just making it to the Super Bowl, it's the biggest game at the end of the NFL season. So I would say that's an accomplishment in itself. I mean, no one likes to be a loser, but I mean, he won way more than any of the other teams except for the Eagles. So good for him. And Taylor had a huge year coming off of the Eras tour, which was wildly successful. And though she didn't win any Grammys, I think that her success this past year really speaks for itself, and she doesn't need an award. But, I mean, some would have been nice, obviously. But
Yeah.
I don't think that he ever was going to propose after the game if they won. Personally, I don't think that it would have happened there. I don't know. People were speculating that, and ever since the speculation started with that, I just never really believed it. I don't think they would use the big game as a platform to promote like their engagement. I don't know. It just seems off to me. What do you think?
I never thought that they were going to get engaged at the halftime or post game either. I will say though, I do think their relationship will change because even though they had great 2024s, this is 2025. It's an
True.
entirely new year,
Yeah.
which I think is the point, is that like they've had these great successes and she's done amazing things and he's done amazing things, but this is the first time in their relationship where like he just lost something that was really important to him, and I don't think Taylor really cares all that much about the Grammys, but she just struck out with the Grammys, and I mean, we saw the Miss Americana documentary. She was crushed when it happened, whatever year that was. So I just think it'll be interesting to see how they've been able to support each other while they're both winning, but how does it change when they're not winning? Honestly, I don't know. I kind of feel like I give them like another 6 months, and then I think they're done.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. I personally think that they're going to stick. I don't think they're going to get engaged just yet, but I just feel that they're forever. I don't know. Something in my heart wants to believe that they're
But people
forever.
always say that every time
I know.
Taylor is a
I've
boyfriend.
I've
There's
never
all
said
these
that about a
invisible
Taylor boyfriend
strings
before. So, yeah, it's definitely, I didn't even really think about that until you said that. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they support each other through their losses, since their whole relationship, they've really only been supporting each other through their wins. So it's definitely going to be an interesting new dynamic. Season 6 of Hulu's hit reality television show, The Kardashians, premiered last week, and fans finally got to see the reunion of Khloe Kardashian and ex-husband Lamar Odom, which has been teased since the trailer first came out weeks ago. Before the reunion, a large portion of the episode focused on Khloe reminiscing on the highs and lows of her relationship with Odom, including many flashback scenes to the family's original show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and the couple's spin-off series, Khloe and Lamar, which both aired on E! Today reported that on the subject of their relationship, Khloe said, quote, "When we were married, when it was great, it was spectacular. When it was bad, it was horrific. There wasn't a lot of in between. We went full throttle or you hit the emergency brake," end quote. Khloe mentioned that that she soon will be turning 40, and she has been reflecting on her life and decided that the time was right for her to once again meet up with Odom in an effort to return some sentimental items of his that she has collected or found over the years. Odom arrived to the arranged meeting 52 minutes late, but also showed up with flowers and champagne, stating that he was late due to shopping since he wanted to make a good impression. The conversation was very tense at first, but the two later started to feel more comfortable with each other as Khloe made attempts to break the ice. The episode ended mid-conversation with a to-be-continued screen, teasing the rest of the conversation coming in this week's episode. Hannah, do you keep up with the Kardashians?
Not really. I used to when I was younger, when it was still Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I don't really care for their new Hulu show. It doesn't feel authentic. I feel like the old show, it felt like you were a part of their family, and now I just feel like a fan watching, and I don't like that vibe.
I agree. I feel like the new show feels a lot more produced by them instead of just genuine, but I gotta say, this season premiere that premiered last week, I felt was one of the most genuine episodes I saw from them in a long time. It felt very real, and that it was mainly focused on Khloe and her past relationship with Lamar. There was a lot of flashbacks to the old show, as I mentioned, and that's, I think, why it felt more real. And Lamar was a big part of the original show, which I think brought back some of that feel when he appeared. And it was definitely interesting seeing the two of them on screen together. I mean, we haven't seen them on screen together since, way back in the early seasons of Keeping Up. So it was definitely weird, but there was some sentimental moments, and it was very sweet, and I'm excited to see the rest of their conversation this week. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to see it kind of go back to its roots a little bit, and I felt like this is probably one of the most real moments on their newer show, and I really liked that.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to see what happens next week.
Yep.
We're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, our EOP reporters are here to give you the scoop on what has been happening in the entertainment world this week. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Our first reporter, Alyssa Mandrag, is here to tell us all about Chapel Roan's new initiative and celebs that are joining in. Alyssa?
Your favorite artist's favorite artist has been in the spotlight since the Grammys for more than just her striking performance. In her Best New Artist acceptance speech, Chapel Roan made a call to action to record companies to better equip and support smaller and struggling artists, saying, quote, "Labels, we got you, but do you got us?" End quote. In the days following her speech, former music executive Jeff Raband criticized Roan in his op-ed titled, quote, "Chapel Grown, the misguided rhetoric of an instant industry insider," end quote. He calls her a part of the problem now that she is a Grammy-winning artist and just another cog in the machine. Roan took to her Instagram story to respond to the Hollywood Reporter article, asking Raband to match her in a $25,000 donation to small artists. Raband did later respond, labeling her reply as a, quote, "25K one-upping contest," end quote. On Sunday, Roan posted the We Got You campaign she launched with Backline, an organization dedicated to supporting musicians. In only 3 days, the campaign has collected almost $250,000 in donations. Fans and smaller artists have contributed, but there have been 8 matches to Roan's donation. Both Noah Kahan and Charlie XCX had posted on their Instagram stories that they would get the ball rolling on the initiative. Other matches came from Hinterland Music Festival, AEG Global Touring, Wasserman Foundation, Guy O'Siri, who manages Madonna and Red Hot Chili Peppers, Asha Vildson from Sumerian Records, Live Nation, and Sabrina Carpenter. In her speech, Roan said, quote, "I got signed as a minor when I got dropped. I had 0 job experience under my belt, and like most people, I had a difficult time finding a job in a pandemic and could not afford health insurance," end quote. Funds made through this campaign will go towards improving safety and the ability for artists to truly thrive in the industry.
Thanks, Alyssa. Next, we're going to send things over to Melissa Garlick, breaking down all the commercials and drama from the big game. Melissa?
The big game on Sunday night was full of iconic performances, celebrity appearances, and, as always, very interesting commercial breaks. Due to the extremely high viewership and wide demographic, companies have been producing creative advertisements for this football game since the 1970s. The marketing techniques of massive companies include puns, emotional storytelling, and most popularly, the use of celebrity cameos. This year's commercials not only featured some of the most popular stars, but impressively clever and relevant use of media culture. While the complete list of advertisements is extensive, let's take a look at some of the high-status brands and celebrities featured. To begin, this past football season, the NFL has been affiliated with Uber Eats, claiming that the football was created to make people hungry. This 1-minute and 38-second advertisement follows Matthew McConaughey as he describes the history of football and food, with the help of Kevin Bacon, Greta Gerwig, Martha Stewart, Sean Evans, and Charlie XCX. This loaded cast helps demonstrate why viewers should order food via Uber Eats during football games. Another commercial featured famous TikToker Alex Earl, known for her beauty, fashion, and lifestyle videos. In this ad, she promotes fast food company Carl's Jr. She models eating the burger amongst a party scene where she's sporting a red bikini top, denim white miniskirt, and knee-high boots. Aside from just TikTok, movies were referenced here and there throughout the commercial break. Hellmann's Mayonnaise featured Meg Ryan, Billy Crystal recreating their iconic movie scene from When Harry Met Sally, sitting in the restaurant enjoying mayo sandwiches. Sydney Sweeney also makes an appearance in this, delivering the movie's most iconic line, quote, "I'll have what she's having," end quote, referencing the sandwich. Another movie referencing was that of Booking.com, using the Muppets as vacationers traveling to hotels, resorts, casinos, and beaches, all of which customers can choose to travel through their provided services. The Instacart commercial had a similar feel, featuring nostalgic characters, and this 30-second ad, Mr. Clean, Chester Cheetah, and even the Kool-Aid Man made appearances. Back to celebrities, Nike's newest ad made an impact by featuring the most successful female athletes. Athletics were a popular theme in many other commercials, such as Mikel Bob's Ultra Pickleball Match with Green Goblin actor William Dafoe and Catherine O'Hara. Some advertisements are striking controversy. One may be the Poppy ad featuring Alex Earl and Jake Shane, as their marketing team is currently trending on TikTok after sending out vending machines to influencers. This, in conjunction with the $8 million commercial, feels out of touch with what many believe the company's priorities should be. Another is an anti-hate ad by Deadline featuring Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady. Many people believe these celebrities' morals do not align with this advertisement. While the football game itself is fun and all, so much of the entertainment comes from these much-valued commercials. The future is bright for advertisement potential and celebrity culture.
Thanks, Melissa. Next up, we have reporter Riley Sanguini telling us all about Lisa Rinna's latest comments toward the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Riley?
Lisa Rinna is stirring the pot, and Andy Cohen isn't having it. The former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star threw some serious shade at season 14, calling it, wait for it, the Titanic. Andy, of course, had some questions. During an interview on Andy Cohen Live, Lisa said, quote, she misused her words, end quote, but then doubled down, calling the show, quote, a boat that's sinking, end quote. Andy was clearly surprised and pushed back, asking if that's what she really meant to say. Lisa eventually said she stands by her comment, adding that she's sorry if it hurt Andy's feelings, but she wants to move on. Andy, however, called it a non-apology apology, suggesting he wasn't convinced. Rinna left Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2023 after 8 seasons, but it's clear she still has strong opinions about the show. As for Andy, he defended this season, calling it one of the best. Whether Lisa's comments were a sinking ship or just classic Real Housewives drama, one thing's for sure, this feud isn't going down without a fight.
Thanks, Riley. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I will be hosting a Valentine's Day themed free segment and you won't want to miss it. Take them, cue them, open their mics.
They mark the 1-year anniversary of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette strike.
Point Park University just hosted a campus-wide meeting.
Plans for the rapid transit bus line are not set to conclude until 2025.
Hello, and welcome back to Entertainment on Point. I'm your free segment host, Hannah Bazet. What's better than romantic love? Platonic love. And there is so much to love about our EO peeps. For this week's free segment, we will be celebrating the power of love and friendship with each person, well, they will write down what they love most about their fellow EOP castmates and share it with the group. This Feel Good Free segment will not have a winner because being friends with this amazing group of people at Entertainment on Point is the biggest prize of all. That being said, Cade, Alyssa, and Melissa, will you guys be my Valentines?
Of course.
Yes, so sweet. Okay, so we all wrote down what we love most about each other. So who wants to go first? Cade, we want to start with you?
All right, yeah, I'll go first. Do we want to go like one at a time about people, or just like one person does all their people?
Yes. Well, no, let's have one person do all of their people,
Okay.
and then just explain what you wrote down, why you feel that way,
All right.
and then we'll just hop down the line.
All right, so I'm going to start with you, Hannah.
Oh,
Actually.
boy.
My diva co-host, Hannah. I love hosting the show with you almost as much as I love your slay sense of fashion and your amazing shopping addiction that we share.
Stop! Wait! Oh my gosh, I love you.
love
Thanks. You call me stylish and a diva? I'm like eating that up. I'm gonna put that on my resume.
All right, now I'm gonna go to our newest EOP, Melissa. Melissa, I've loved getting to know you these past couple weeks, and you've been so amazing on the show. You have such a positive and kind attitude, and having you around just like brings the environment up so much.
That's so sweet. Oh, I love that.
I agree.
That is so kind.
So true.
And last but not least, Alyssa. I've loved getting to know you this semester and last semester, one of our newest EOPs, so not the newest anymore, since we got our newbie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been so amazing. You're always willing to help, whether it's a camera, whether it's a report, whatever we need. I just love that can-do attitude. And it's been great having you. You know, you guys did a new segment. You and Ava did a whole new segment. That was lovely. And yeah, I just love having you guys here.
You.
Hey, perfect. Well, that was very sweet, Cade. Should we go host to host? Do you want me to go next?
let's do
and then we
that.
can hop in the middle? Okay, perfect. Well, then, Cade, I'll start with you too. Cade, I wrote my brother with a big heart because even though we fight sometimes, like brother and sister, you're literally the Kurt Hummel to my Rachel Berry. And I don't know, knowing you is just like, it's totally enhanced my college experience. I remember when we met sophomore year, beginning of sophomore year, and you came up to me at that party, and I would have never in my life known that this guy would be a part of my entire college experience, but then you were. And you've changed my life for the better, and I enjoy hosting with you and being your friend and talking to you and gossiping and everything else. And I'm really glad you're in my life. You've enriched my college experience. Aw. So those are the things I love the most about you. Next, we'll hop down to Alyssa. And this wasn't hard to think about, but we did just meet a couple weeks ago, so I hope that this doesn't seem too surface level. But I also wrote what Cade wrote about how you're very committed and you're very kind, and I respect that, and I love that about you because people like you are not very frequent flyers around here.
Thank you.
But we appreciate how you show up every week. You're always willing to help. You're willing to do anything. You always have a positive attitude. You bring the looks. Like, we just love having you around, and it's been really nice getting to know you these past few weeks. So that's what I love about you. And then Melissa will finish it off with you. I also wrote something similar to what Cade wrote. I wrote that you were so kind and a welcomed addition to our cast. I've loved getting to know you these past, 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Hasn't been that long, but I feel like I've known you forever. You're so sweet. You're so easy to talk to. And your looks eat. I even wrote fashionable.
Thank you so much.
I wrote fashionable.
Oh my gosh.
Like every
Thank
week
you.
you come, you slay. I'm obsessed with your hair.
Stop.
Every week your hair eats. It's crazy.
Thank you.
But you guys are all just so kind, so pleasant to be around, and you make EOP fun. It wouldn't be fun without any of you. So I really appreciate all of you for that. And that's what I love about you guys.
Thanks, Hannah.
Yeah, of course. All right, who wants to go next? Do we want to hop to Alyssa?
I can go.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
We're gonna start with you, Cade. You are so much fun to be around, and I always look forward to coming here I guess Wednesday now. And you're just like, when I started, I was like very scared. I didn't even like start that first week, and I was like, just felt very welcomed and just like, feels like a big family. So yeah, just thanks for always like having that like super fun. Like you always make me laugh too.
Thank you.
Yes. And then we're gonna go to Melissa. Again, like I also, don't really know you that well.
Right.
But
Understood.
yes, but you have such like a bright, positive energy. Like it's
you.
like walking into a room and like poof.
Thank
And
you.
you're just like also like Hannah said, like you are so easy to talk to, and I always have fun in our little chats.
I know.
And then Hannah, I also, don't know you very
Yeah,
well.
we just met the other
Yes,
day.
yeah, just the other day. But you are also so fun and just, very fun to talk to. And your sense of style is insane.
Thank you.
Yes, like you walked
Stop.
in first week this semester and I was like, oh my god.
Stop. I'm blushing. Stop. You're so sweet. It's like the best compliment ever.
But yeah, just looking forward to the rest of the semester.
Aww.
too.
Why am I getting kind of emotional?
I
guys? This is actually like really like, oh my gosh. Okay.
know.
Melissa, you want to take us home?
Yes. Hey, I'd like to say I am the newbie here,
Yes.
but getting to know you guys has been the best thing ever. And I love Valentine's Days. Big on words of affirmation. So this is like totally my thing. So
Oh
I'm
my
so
gosh.
excited. Okay, Cade, I love your fun personality. You're always bringing the energy, the vibes, always making people smile and laugh. It's so contagious, and I adore that about you. Seriously. Hannah, you are so girl boss. So like girl boss.
Stop.
You're always on top of things. You're very like go-getter and outgoing. And then obviously we all said this, but you're so impeccable. I mean,
you, guys.
always. You're always bringing it.
Oh my gosh.
It's
thank
incredible.
You.
And then Alyssa, I love how genuine you are. That's like the first word that comes to mind. You're so bubbly and friendly, and then you're always down for a great conversation, even if it's just in passing or walking to Lawrence Hall. It's amazing. I love that about you. Seriously. You guys are the best.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, like my cheekbones are like hurting. I'm smiling. Oh, yippee hug.
Oh my gosh, this actually was the sweetest free segment ever. I wanted to do like a craft or something, but it was like, I feel like this is nicer.
like
And
this.
you're right,
This is
words
so
of
cute.
affirmation.
Yep.
And because it is Valentine's Day and you guys are my EO Valentines, I went out and I got some goodies. So this one's for you, Queen of Hearts.
Thank you.
This one's for Cade because it has a dog on it. And then I also got you Queen of Hearts because you guys are both queens.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you're a queen too, but
I love.
yay!
It's
I
so
hope
cute.
you guys enjoy those and
Thank
think of me
you.
as you eat them
Oh,
on
yeah.
Valentine's Day while we're all eating chocolate.
Yep.
That's a wrap on this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Entertainment on Point for more content. You can stream all of our episodes on YouTube at UVIEW Television. I'm Hannah Bazet. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time, you peeps.